Are you always coming up with ideas? Do you marvel at successful business owners? Do you hate being told what to do? Ever take things apart just to see how they work? Are you a dreamer? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, this podcast is for you. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Pro Tapes and Specialties is the world leader in tape manufacturing and specialty conversion with over 40 years of experience. In addition to our pro brand of high-quality specialty adhesive tapes, we provide contract converting services that help improve your profitability, streamline your supply chain, and reduce inventory cost. We offer the most complete range of converting capabilities in the industry, such as cloth tape, double-coated tape, specialty tape, paper tape, masking tape,
vinyl tape, carton sealing tape, adhesive transfer tape, duct tape, foam tape, electrical tape, filament tape, foil tape, reflective tape.
And the tape just keeps on rolling. Visit us online today at www.protapes.com or call us at 800-345-0234. Pro Tapes, it's just how we roll.
Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Entrepreneur Enclave, Life's Coming Attraction. Man, I am so excited. So first of all, I am your host, Kevin Wortham, but I'm so excited. I've got a superstar, listen to me, a superstar, an NBA superstar on the other line. Davon Reed, talk to me, brother. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
Man, listen, I am fantastic. So thank you for gracing the platform. This has been almost a year and a half in the making, but I am so grateful. And unfortunately, the timing has been all wrong because I think the first time, and I apologize, stop me if I offend you. I think the first time that we had talked about doing an interview was maybe a year and a half ago when your grandfather passed away, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and then just recently you lost your grandmother.
Yeah.
And then we decided to do the podcast. So we are going to celebrate who they were, and we're going to talk about how they molded you to be the man that you are. So where do we all begin? Where do we begin? We begin in Trenton, New Jersey. When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball probably about 5 years old. My dad had bought me a court and put it in the driveway. Put it at for my birthday, and then he put it at 10 feet and never brought it down. So I just had to work my way up.
Wait, hold it. You're 5 years old, and the height of the basketball court was 10 feet, of the goal was 10 feet?
Yeah, my dad never brought it down.
Well, is that punishment or encouragement? I don't know what that is.
I mean, it kind of set the stage for how he pushed me throughout my whole career and still pushes.
Yes. Okay. When was your first taste of a organized basketball game?
In Ewing, where I grew up,
yes,
they have something called instructional basketball in Ewing Rec.
Yes.
So when I was in instructional league, that was probably about like first grade. Instructional was, we would play games, but it was mostly, like they said, instructional and teaching and working on skills.
Okay.
But that following year, I'd say probably second grade is when things really started, and we would play Ewing Rec. I think that was the first taste of organized basketball that I played.
Okay. Now, let's fast forward. So here we are in sixth grade. Is basketball real serious for you now?
Oh, by sixth grade, it was more than serious.
Okay.
I would say when it got really serious for me, I'd say like around like fourth or fifth grade.
Okay.
That's when it became like really serious for me.
Now, when you
I'll,
say
I'll,
when you say serious, that means like you're on a few other teams. Are you starting to
correct.
follow? Are you starting to follow like pro basketball? Was there? When did the dream and the desire to be a professional basketball player? When did that kick in? Fourth grade as well.
I couldn't even put a time on as long as I can remember, honestly. Maybe even before I started playing organized basketball, I had a love for the game.
Wow.
Yeah, I can vividly remember watching basketball with my dad. He was a Spurs fan. So I would watch a lot of basketball with him. He would always take the games since they were West Coast games. And then I was an Allen Iverson fan, so I would always watch every Sixers game and make sure I was tapping into Allen Iverson. But
Wow.
that was early. That was easily before I decided like this is what I want to do.
Yes.
I would say it got serious once I started playing AAU. That's when it got really serious to the point where it's like I want to. This is what drives me, and this is what I want to do.
Now AAU, that's where you're traveling around the country playing basketball.
Correct. AAU, yeah, that's where you compete with people at the state level, the national level. Yeah, the best players in your age group.
And your team was out of Mercer County, out of Ewing. Where was your team out of?
Yeah, the first team I played for was the Central Jersey Hornets,
Okay.
ran by Howard Davis, who used to run Ewing Rec basketball.
Okay.
And, yeah, we would travel throughout New Jersey at this point, sometimes to Pennsylvania or New York.
And so while you're traveling, you're getting to meet some of the future superstars of the NBA, correct? Or you didn't know it at that time?
At that time, it's just wanting to be the best in the area and wanting to see how you compare to other people around the country.
Got you.
Around the tri-state area at that time.
So AAU was high school ball for you?
I started playing AAU. I think I played my first AAU game in 5th grade.
And I didn't know you could. Wait. You can play AAU ball in 5th grade. I didn't know you could. They would take you so young.
Yeah, AAU I think starts as they say U, like U was like under, so you can be that age and under. I think
Okay.
like they probably have AAU at like U8 now.
Okay.
U8, U9, U10.
Okay, gotcha. So now let's fast forward to high school. Where do you go to high school?
So I'm from Ewing, as I previously stated, but I decided to go to prep school, and I went to Princeton Day School.
Okay. Now let's get real personal. Why the choice of going to prep as opposed to not going to Ewing High School?
Well, for me, I never really ever thought about like going to Ewing High. I never imagined myself at Ewing High.
Okay.
It was no knock on Ewing. It's just like I said at the time that I was falling in love with basketball at this level and seeing like this is what I want to really do. I want to say when I was in 6th grade, I started playing for Team New Jersey. So that was out of like New Brunswick, Piscataway area. So they had affiliation of like some of the older players that played for Team New Jersey.
Got you.
Went to St. Patrick's and all that stuff, like St. Anthony.
Understood.
You know, at this time, this is when New Jersey has some of the best high school basketball in the country with
Absolutely.
St. Anthony, St. Pat's, Kevin Boyle, and Bob Hurley. So for me, I just never imagined myself ever going to Ewing High. It just, my dreams were bigger just because what I was privileged to be exposed to.
Understood.
You know, so
understood.
For me to actually like decide to go to Princeton Day, it just, I don't know, it was God's plan for me, honestly. I originally was getting recruited there to play football.
Wait,
and
do you like football?
Yeah, I played football my freshman year was the last year that PDS had a team, so that was the last year I played football my freshman year. But I always loved football as well. But it like I could never compare the two.
Yeah.
Like football was just fun and something that everybody in my neighborhood played as well. So
And which position did you play while you were playing football?
I played honestly all over. Like when I got to PDS, I started out playing wide receiver and defensive end.
Okay.
And by the end of the season, I was playing quarterback and safety. So it was like,
whoa! Now
it was all over.
You might have been like the tallest safety in history, 6'6" safety.
Yeah.
All right, so you start your basketball career at PDS, and from what
Yeah.
I can recall, you really did well, right?
I did, yeah. PDS, me going there, ultimately, I knew it was going to be an opportunity. Like, even if, let me try something out, I know that this will be basically my show.
Yes.
I'll be exposed to different things. So
Yes.
I get to kind of come into my own here, and that's what I was just looking for. And yeah, that's what it was for me, honestly.
Let me ask another personal question. Academically, right? You were more prepared having gone to PDS, right?
Absolutely. I mean, when I got to college, it was fairly easy because I had prepared, like you said, that transition from public school. I went to public school up until high school.
Yes.
That transition to PDS was like a big jump for me. So once I finally learned the system and how I can study and get my work done.
Yes.
By the time, and we had free periods as well, so it made it easier for me to learn how to balance my time and my schedule.
Gotcha.
Because that's the most important thing.
Now, Davon, let's take a break for a second, and I want you to share with the listening audience, if there's a parent out there and they want their child to have an opportunity to go to the NBA, what motivation, what suggestions would you share with that parent right now?
Well, I would say more or less just NBA.
Yes.
Just having that support from your parents, period, and whatever it is their passion is. For me, it was the NBA and making it to the NBA.
Yes.
So my parents hear me talk about that from who knows how young I was when I first started talking about that and how consistently I talked about it and worked towards that. So I'm thankful that I had parents that supported me, not only just mentally and emotionally supported me through that process, but, putting the time and traveling with me and making financial sacrifices and different things like that. So I don't want to make this, forgive me, I don't want to just make this about people that want to make it to the NBA, but parents investing in your child and, support their dreams and encourage them and push them to be who they want to be, because in this day and age, anything is possible. So whatever it is that you want to pursue professionally or your passion, it could really be done,
Yes.
and that support early could really either help or deter somebody.
Got you. So now you finish up your high school career at PDS. Where do you make your collegiate career, your collegiate home?
Yeah, I decided to commit and attend to the University of Miami to play basketball on a full-ride scholarship.
And why did you choose to go to Miami?
The college recruiting process is crazy.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I didn't have any offers my freshman year, which is not like a terrible thing.
Yes.
So, I got to, again, just kind of grow my freshman year, learn, and take, so that way my sophomore year, I was able to take a bigger jump.
Yes.
And headed into my sophomore year, I got my first offer from VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University.
Yes.
And by the time it was all said and done, I had about 30 or close to 30 offers.
Wow.
So for me choosing Miami, I just wanted somebody where the coaches were consistent with how they communicated to me.
Yes.
I wanted to basically go where I was wanted. And for me, they were definitely very consistent. I felt like I was forming a good relationship with both the coach that was recruiting me, Coach Huger, and then ultimately the head coach, Coach L. And yeah, man, it just fit what I was looking for. Location, obviously, being in Miami, being in the heat, that was something I was looking forward to. And then they were in the ACC. I watched a lot of ACC basketball growing up.
Yes.
And they were trending in the right direction.
Okay.
I had watched them beat Duke probably a year before I committed to them. Just catching a random game, I watched that, and just seeing how the program was transitioning in the right direction. And again, it was similar to high school. Like this is not like somewhere where people typically go, but I want to, kind of blaze my own trail. And yeah, that's what I ended up doing.
And so while you're at Miami, what was your major?
I was a sports administration major.
Yes.
And I was a communications and marketing minor.
Wow. Okay. And so was there a difference? Well, obviously there was a difference between playing prep ball and playing collegiate ball. What was the difference, if you can share that with us?
Say that one more time.
What was the difference between playing ball at PDS and playing ball for a major university in Miami? What was the difference?
Just a different level of competition,
Okay.
like you always, I would say even a step above high school basketball was AAU. So I'm playing against the best guards and the best players in the country on the summer circuit and spring circuit. I played for team final out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
So we played in the EYBL, which was the Nike basketball league around that time. So I was already exposed to like good players, but college is another level. It's not just the best players in your grade, but now the best players and from freshman to senior. So it was an adjustment, obviously. Again, my freshman year, I got a chance to kind of work out the kinks and just learn and just grow, thankfully, and just got better each and every year, honestly.
Okay. And so while you're in college, was it important to stay in touch with your family, your friends, your support? How important was
Say that again.
I said, while you were in college, how important was it to stay in contact with your support system, your parents and your grandparents and your friends back home? How important was that support system?
Oh, that was major. Thankfully, my mom's side of the family is from Miami, so I had a lot of family support as well outside of my immediate family. So that was cool to have that as well. But everybody that was meant to be in my life during that time definitely was and continued to support me. Definitely.
So let's fast forward. You graduate Miami. Now reality is starting to set in. When do you think that you want to play pro ball now?
Well, I would say before I graduated,
Okay.
that was now I'm more focused on this is my goal and this is what I want to do with my life.
Okay.
Actually in view.
Now take us through that process. I mean, do you get an agent or does an agent come after you? How does that process work when you get ready for the draft?
Yeah. Well, off the bat, usually agents pursue you depending on how good you are, how much potential they think that you have, and this, that, and third.
Yes.
The times have changed and the rules have changed. Now you can have an agent in high school, and you can even have an agent in college. When I was in college, it wasn't even that long ago. I'm 6 years removed.
Yes.
But you couldn't have an agent in college, and you couldn't have an agent certainly in high school. You had to maintain your amateurism according to the NCAA. So now, like I said, times are a little bit different. But I'd say my senior year, I had agents reaching out to me. But my coach, Coach L, was adamant about, focusing on your last year, letting everything handle itself. And I did that. And by the time I did finish my last game, I had quite a few agents reaching out to me, my AAU coach or my coach. Then that's the game process.
So once you get the agent, how did you select the agent that you now have? How did you go through that process? Who else did you bring in to assist you with that? Did you call Dad?
Well, during that time, yeah, I sat down with my team. It was myself, my mom, my dad, and my AAU coach.
Okay.
AAU coach. Obviously, playing for Team Final has been a lineage of very good players that are either in the NBA or were in the NBA
Yes.
at one point. So he's been in contact with these agents over the years, and just has a different level of insight. So I pretty much sat down with those three, and we took a dinner with about 4 agents, and one we did a phone call with, and I just kind of sat down and just decided who it was that I felt like I had the best opportunity with.
Okay. So once you make your decision that this agent is the best for you, what are some of the responsibilities of your agent now that you've signed with him? What are some of his responsibilities to you?
Well, they're basically your middleman between the teams.
Okay.
And, it's 30 teams in the NBA, so they're on your behalf to represent you and put you in the best position to get drafted or get in the spot where you can make the team, or just kind of their career is basically in their hands.
But I mean, are you saying to him that now you my agent, I don't want to go to these teams, but I like these teams and I'll consider these teams? Do you have that kind of conversation with him?
I mean, when I was coming out of college, my draft stock was 40 to undrafted. There's two rounds in the NBA draft, 30 picks apiece. I was blessed to be drafted number 32nd in the 2017 draft by the Phoenix Suns.
Awesome.
But prior to that day, I never heard anything over 40, the 40th pick.
Gotcha.
It was always 40 drafted, 40 to undrafted. That was kind of like my range.
Gotcha.
So
the funny story was, I think I recall, I'm not sure if I was watching the draft, but I think your grandmother might have called my mother to tell us which team you were going to. I want to recall that happened. I don't know if I was watching the draft that night, but I recall my mother saying that she just got off the phone with your grandmother, so God bless her.
Yes. They were there in the building celebrating. I didn't actually go to the draft.
Yes.
But I had rented out a place and had my family and friends and loved ones around, and just got to watch that special moment with them, which in turn was better than what I could imagine, like the draft being like.
What was that like to hear the NBA commissioner call your name? Was you like in his days? What was going on, man?
Well, it was even better because in the second round, the deputy commissioner, basically the second in line, to run the NBA, calls the names out, and his name is Mark Tatum, and his kids actually went to PDS. They were in the middle and lower school when I was there, and he served on the board of trustees. So I had known him already, and to hear him call my name and all that was even more surreal.
Wow!
Even more.
Wow! So you get your Phoenix Suns hat, right? And how soon after that are the coaches calling you?
Well, I had to fly out the next day, meet my mom and my dad. we had to fly out the next morning for like press conferences and team events and signings and all that stuff. So that was immediately after the next day.
Now, does Phoenix pick up the tab now that you're a team player now? Do they pick up the tab and send you tickets to be at the sports complex? How does that work?
Yeah, they pay for you to pay for me and my family to come out our stay. And they just it's all like team protocol now and team. Teams.
Wow. And that's crazy, man. I'm getting excited all over again for you. Wow. So you land at the airport, they come pick you up, they take you to the I guess the hotel, and then they take you to your, I guess, to the stadium or to the building?
Well, it was like a 3-day process. We stayed for like a few days, and we just had numerous things to do over the next few days. Gotcha. We went to like a boys and girls club, myself and the other draft picks, and we like helped coach a game and all that stuff. It was a number of different things we had to do.
And then immediately you're thrusted in the limelight, like everybody wants to know who you are. How do you handle that level of pressure?
I wouldn't call it pressure per se.
Okay.
For me, this is something I dreamed about, and I know that the work that I put in to get there, it wasn't all peaches and cream. So to be able to like make it to that level, like I knew what it entailed, and thankfully, kind of like you alluded to earlier, I'm thankful for the grounding that I had and different people that raised me and took part in raising me. So for that moment, I know the journey had just begun.
Yes. Now, I got a question, right? Do you have, or does the NBA provide you with like this social media like protocol? Do they tell you about social media protocol? Because you're every now and then you're always hearing about someone from the NFL or the NBA. They're always getting in trouble because they're saying the wrong thing, or they're posting the wrong thing, or they're tweeting the wrong thing. Do they give you guys courses on that, on how to maneuver through social media?
They actually have a whole program, for a few days that all incoming rookies are required to go through. It's like rookie training.
Yes.
RTP, rookie training program. And that's put on by the NBPA, which is our union.
Okay.
So during that time, you're supposed to go over a bunch of different things like social media, finances,
yes,
extortion, just kind of the ends of that. Oh, these are real things these are real things in this arena that you're walking into now. So they just kind of
hold it. Extortion? What?
Absolutely. This is something that really happens. There's a team in place by the NBPA that's literally supposed to handle anything that you encounter on that front. But no, these are real things. These things you wouldn't even think about. The people that's not in the space wouldn't even think about, but it's really prevalent.
Now, what about personal security? Do they talk to you about that? Like watching where you go and the company you keep?
Again, they talk about just a bunch of different things. Like, basically the things that you would assume are just normal or not normal.
Yes.
Or wouldn't even think about. Here's where they like put you on game, different things. It's like raw and stuff.
Got you. So how long have you been in the NBA so far?
Well, my first year I played for Indiana.
Yes.
For Phoenix.
Yes.
My second year I played for Indiana. My third year I went to training camp with the Miami Heat.
Yes.
And played that season for their G League team out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And that was 2020, the COVID year. So COVID hit. After COVID, that following season, I went and played in Taiwan. And last season, I went to training camp with the Nuggets. Started off the season, their G League team played 8 games and was called up for the rest of the season and finished the season with the Nuggets. And this summer I re-signed to a 2-year deal with the Nuggets and back with the team.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. Now,
Thanks.
all of this travel, all of this movement, how do you stay so sane and so focused, right? How do you do that?
Well, you gotta know yourself and remain yourself throughout all of this. There's a lot going on. You can't get too high, can't get too low.
Yes.
You gotta stay pretty even kill. I just try to focus on keeping what's important.
Yes.
On getting better every day, controlling what I can control, learning to take time to meditate, and most importantly, just staying in prayer and just leaning on my God as much as I can.
Understood, and I thank you, and I love that you said that. I want to ask a question regarding your travel. When it's a game and you're traveling, does the team pick up your travel, or is that something that you are required to pay for?
Anything team related, it's all funded by the team.
Okay, so they fly you into the town. They pay for your hotel, your meals. Do you get a per diem while you're there that evening?
Yeah, we get a per diem. Yep.
Okay.
We travel on a charter plane, a team plane.
Okay.
We're put up in the same hotel. Everybody. Yep. We'll have some meals together, but we do have per diem.
Okay. Yep. Now, I played collegiate football, nowhere near your level, but the team would take care of your laundry while you were traveling. Does the team take care of your laundry, like your sweatsuit or your suit that you wear that day? Do they take care of that, or that?
They only take care of like practice and game laundry.
Got you. Okay. Now your very first game, right? You step out on the court. Who are you playing? Your very first game when you're with the Phoenix Suns. Who was the very first team you guys played?
Well, I got injured like a month before training camp.
Okay.
And tore my meniscus, so I was out for about 6 months.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, just recovering,
Okay.
trying to get healthy, and so I played my first couple games in the G League, just as a rehab protocol and all that.
Yes.
When I got back up to Phoenix and played my first game, I couldn't even tell you who I played my first game against.
but I mean, really what was the arena atmosphere for you? Was that like crazy?
It was like definitely brighter on the court than it was like sitting on the sideline.
Yeah. I got you.
I'm really checked into an NBA game. I'm really here.
Yeah. Now, who are some of your players that you were a few years younger, but now you guys are playing against each other now? Who are some of those players that you had a chance to admire, but now you can actually have conversations with them now?
I mean, everybody really. I'm just a huge basketball fan.
Got you.
So
Got you.
to be out in the court with everybody, it's amazing. Just at a competitive standpoint. But growing up, LeBron James is my favorite player. So,
okay.
Being on the court with them, players like him of his caliber, and Kevin Durant, players like that, it was definitely like a taking back moment as well.
Yeah. Now, you know what was so funny, and I talked to Pastor about this the other day when you were at the church. Now, you are 6'6", right?
Yes.
And I said to Pastor, I said, now he's 6'6". Can you imagine what 6'8" looks like? Because you a big man.
6'8", 7 foot. Yeah, I'm like average height.
Yeah, I said to Pastor, now he's only 6'6". Can you imagine what 6'8" or 7 foot looks like? But man, so we both got a chuckle out of that. But listen, let's take a quick break. Any shout outs that you want to give to anyone who's going to listen to this podcast right now?
Shout out to my family.
Yes.
especially in this not even tough time, but just human, if I may, time. Just celebrating my grandma, my nana, Francena Reed, who just passed away, lived a beautiful life of 86 years.
Yes.
Getting a chance to go home and be with the Lord and be with my grandpop again. Much love and respect and appreciation to them for all that they have done for me in my life. And just, all of my family who's missing them right now, and just everybody in the world just praying for health, really, spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Yes. Now, any final words that you want to share with the listening audience in terms of how do you maintain your sanity, and or just any words of wisdom, bro? Because this is your platform, man. I am so grateful that you are giving me this opportunity. I'm excited, man. Like, I signed a contract.
I'm just taking it one day at a time, man. I'm not perfect.
Yes.
I just try to just get up every day. All I can say, honestly, is in the morning when I get up and pray, I just ask for the strength, like I just said, strength and healing in those different areas.
Yes.
Spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Just ask for traveling mercy every day.
Yes.
And I ask for the strength to be better than I was the day before. If I can be focused on, intentional about trying to be better than I was the day before, that's a lot of success in my eyes. Being 1% better or any percentage better than you were the day before. So as long as I'm working in that capacity, I'm good. I know that I'm not perfect. I know I'm going to make mistakes. I'm figuring it out just like the next person. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. Now, I've got to ask a few more personal questions. When you're practicing with the team, right, and you go to the arena or to the stadium, that's considered work for you. How long is a practice for you?
It's different for every team.
Okay.
Some teams don't even practice. I'd say we practice a decent amount.
Okay.
For us, like on a practice day, I'll go to the gym. I'll get there about 30 minutes earlier than I'm required to be there. I just like to be there early and move on my own time, stretch, do what I need. And then I'll get on the training table and stretch and handle any injuries or prehab that I need to with my trainers. I'll do that for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then I go get on the court.
Okay.
And we have PD, what we call player development. We call it PD.
Okay.
So I'll be on the court for about 20 to 30 minutes doing that. And then I'll go into the weight room and get a lift in for probably about 15 minutes. And then I have about 30 minutes break, and I'll go downstairs and get something to eat. And then we'll have team practice.
Okay. And team practice will be like, what, 2 hours, hour and a half?
Depends on the day. Rarely is it 2 hours. About I'd say between an hour and hour and a half.
And then the rest of the day, it's your time.
Yes, the rest of the day is your time.
Man, that's a sweet life, right?
Yeah, that comes to a point. That comes to a point where you've got to, figure out what it is that you're going to do, how you're going to be productive with the rest of you.
Yes.
But I mean, it sounds easy like that as well. But you also, that could be on the road. That's just a home schedule thing.
Got you.
That's like a home day.
Got you.
So it's different just depending on the game and where we're at and things of that nature.
But during that time, like after or before practice, if you want to go and visit a high school or elementary school or a church or a not-for-profit, you could do that on your own though, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And in fact, I have I don't know what to call it, but I'm doing something in honor of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I last year I lived downtown Denver,
Yes.
and I really got a chance to see the extent of the homeless population here in Denver. So that was something that touched my heart. And this year I'm putting together a day. I want to say it's on the 21st of November.
Okay.
I'm having a buffet line, like a hot meal prepared, and we're going to serve some of the homeless population in Denver for a day, and have games for them, and have like socks and stuff they can take home,
And this is
just try
this
to do
is through
something for the.
this is through the team, or this is through your foundation, your own personal.
This is something that me and my team, not the Nuggets, me and my personal
Gotcha.
team, and
Got you.
yeah.
Now, this podcast that I'm doing, do we have to get any clearance from the PR director of the Denver Nuggets, or I can just release this?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Because we didn't say anything, but listen, let's let the folks in Denver know how much we love you in Trenton and Ewing Township. Let them know that too when this podcast releases, man. I need some more. I need some more subscription.
For sure. I got you.
Listen,
Will you be posting any social media?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do before we end, I'm gonna ask you to email me your headshot and your bio, and then we're gonna try to drop this probably in another week or so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then once I drop it, I'm gonna text you. I'll send you the link, and we're just gonna try to blow it up because I am so proud of you, man. I got one other question I want to ask you.
Okay.
You're retiring from the NBA, right? What does your life look like? I mean, what basketball team are you going to own? I mean, what company are you going to start? You notice I said, what basketball team you're going to own?
All in all, I think it's too early to tell exactly.
Okay.
But I am preparing for such things already. It's never too early to prepare.
Yes.
Those things is, if you're blessed you play basketball to 35, 40.
Yes.
That's hopefully another 40 plus years of your life that you got to think about and prepare for.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of things that I could see myself doing. Definitely already tied into a lot of business endeavors.
Yes.
With my financial team, with my mom, who's also my manager. So there's definitely a different entrepreneurial path that I'm sure I'll either be the face of, in front of, or playing the background scenes of. I really feel like God's put on my heart a concierge service.
Okay.
So I'm in the process of mapping that out as well with my team. I don't think I want to be a coach. I don't think I want to be a coach. I do want to be around the game, but I don't think coaching would be it.
Okay.
Just doing that hustle and bustle for all these years, and then to turn around and have to do that while raising a family.
Gotcha.
I don't see myself doing that. I could potentially see myself in the front office. I always said that I wanted to be the commissioner of the NBA one day.
Okay.
So I think that's still a real possibility, that or being high up in the NBPA, which I talked about a little bit earlier, which is our Players Association, our union.
Yes.
Which does a tremendous amount of stuff.
Yes.
For us as players. I just want to give back to the game and basketball in some capacity.
Okay.
Well, I definitely do see myself being a part of the game. I'm around the game still and giving back to the game, and hopefully providing opportunities for the next whomever to be who they are destined to be and live out their dreams. So it's still so early to tell. Like, I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but
no, this is okay. It's okay.
I think that goes to just my character and who I am too. I'm a complex, well-rounded person. I don't think it'll per se be one thing,
Understood. Listen, Davon, any other final thoughts, man?
No, man. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you having me.
Listen,
I'm glad we got to do this.
So with your permission, man, we're going to also dedicate this podcast, this episode to the wonderful memory of your grandmother and grandfather. And I've known them for years. They've watched me grow up in Asbury and Cadwalader Asbury, and also in Turning Point. So we just want to say blessings to them, and certainly continued success in all you do, brother. I thank you for gracing this platform, my platform, and continued success with all you do, beloved.
Definitely welcome. Again, much love always.
All right. And let's you and I stay connected. Let's you and I talk and text soon.
For sure.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, brother.
All right. Bye-bye.
That concludes another episode of The Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. We hope you found this episode informative and enlightening. If you have any questions or comments about any of our episodes, please call 609-731-9311 or email kevin@minding-our-business.com. We look forward to joining us for our next one. Until next time.